Yeah, I mean, from my freshman year to now, the development just maturing as a man. I'm really just going through the motions, looking at the guys like Chase that been here in the program a long time, learning from them, and now just stepping out into my leadership role of that I'm the guy, I'm the QB, and now the time is now to win the Rose Bowl, win the Pac-12 championship.
What is the JV5 pizza?
I can't say that yet. It's not out yet, but it will be soon, so stay tuned for that.
10 minutes ago it was out.
Oh, for real?
For real.
Oh, shoot. Nah, it's kind of like a meat lovers. It got sausage, bacon, pepperoni, mushrooms, and extra cheese on it. So if you're in Tempe, stop by, support, show love to the pizza. I'll be very grateful for it.
Is this your first NIL deal?
This is my second one. My first one is a IV hydration, nutrients deal. So that's good. Also, recovery, different type of things like that.
So your name's on a pizza. Did you ever think that would be?
No, I didn't. I mean, it's still crazy to think that my name's on the pizza. I have my own pizza, so it's fun.
Chase, you gonna eat his pizza?
Of course. I live right across the street. I'm faithful to the Venencias. Now I'm faithful to the J5 pizza.
Chase, you got anything in the works?
I do, but looking at J5 and looking at the younger cats, man, I'm not really in it for the nickels and dimes. Like I've been telling everybody, I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I mean? This is my last year, so I'm just feeling like I just got to focus on that. And if an NIL deal comes, it comes. But I'm not pursuing nothing right now at the moment.
With how crazy last offseason was, just with COVID and everything like that, how has preparation for this year been different and just being able to kind of learn who your teammates are earlier and just get ready for the season?
Who are you asking?
Both. Either one of you.
I feel like this year, I feel like what Coach said, we're really focused, and I really think it's because of our leadership. I've been here 6 years, so I've seen the goods and the bads and the beautiful and the ugly. So I feel like right now we're in a great place because we got leaders like him and me, and I feel like we just hold our players to a higher standard. 2020 was a bad year for everybody, but I feel like a lot of good things came out of it. A lot of confidence building and a lot of just like you said, getting to know who we are as a team. And I feel like we've done that, and I think that we're going to continue to grow. And I feel like it's going to be a big year for the Sun Devils.
And then just for you, Jayden, as far as scheme fluency and all that kind of stuff goes, how has this summer been able to help you get used to a little bit more and just kind of develop as a passer within this offense?
Yeah, I mean, last year it was like he said, 2020 was a rough year for everybody. But there was a lot of goods that came out of it. Last year, trying to learn a new offense in that short amount of time, not really having the reps that we usually have during spring and the off season. But I mean, Coach Hill's been doing a phenomenal job of getting the offense ready and prepared for the season. Asking me what I want to do, me and him having conversation and dialogue, just talking back and forth. And we have an identity that he wants to show, and this is how he wants his offense ran, and the whole offense bought into it. So it should be fun this fall.
He said on several occasions that the focus this year is going to be passing the ball a lot more than you guys did last year, just with how much you were able to run the ball. What does that kind of open up as far as your game goes, and in what ways do you think this offense is going to be important to the success of this football team?
I mean, in any football game, I mean, nowadays if you want to win a football game, you got to be able to throw the ball. So that's a big focus. That's something we've been working on. We have two phenomenal running backs, and Rashad White and Chip Traino. So those guys are going to do what they can do. But at the end of the day, if they stack the box, we're gonna have to make plays in the passing game. So at the end of the day, that's something me and Coach Hill been talking about, me and the receivers been working on. So like I said, it should be fun to see what we can accomplish this fall.
Chase, you're one of the OGs in the locker room, as Jayden explained. Can you just kind of share what that experience is like and how you developed into that leadership role?
Like I said at the beginning, man, there's been a lot of ups and downs, a lot of ugly and beautiful, but I wouldn't have changed my experience for the world, man. I have a great set of teammates. I got a great quarterback. I just know one thing: just get him the ball and let him and the running backs do the rest. But I've just been so fortunate to have a coach like Coach Herm come in and teach me the ropes. And really, last year was kind of like a good day, like a good year for me, because instead of being out and about and talking to a whole bunch of people, you had to quarantine and kind of just figure out who you are, who you are really. And I just kind of figured out a lot about myself, and I think that's why I had such a good year last year. And I'm just trying to keep keep adding to it, and hopefully I can touch some kids, some new incoming freshmen and stuff, and show them the right way, and show them that, you know, it's not all about the glitz and glam and the media and all that, and Instagram. It's all about really just getting to your goals and finishing what you started.
You're one of the local guys we've been following since high school. What would it mean for you to kind of take ownership of the pride of place in playing in Tempe and getting this program to somewhere it's never been, potentially into the Rose Bowl again?
That's the main reason why I came back. You know, I could have got, well, I don't know what would have happened, but people were saying I could have got drafted last year. But you know, when you see such a potential for a team, man, like we have a great defense. All of our starters came back. We only have one, and Frank Darby, who didn't come back to the team as a senior. And when you see put all those components together, you look at a Pac-12 championship, you look at a Rose Bowl. So I feel like a lot of pressure is on me because I am the captain, I am the older dude on the team, and I am an Arizona guy. But I love that. You know, pressure either builds diamonds or busts pipes. So I feel like I'm going to make a diamond out of this pressure.
As a quarterback, obviously the name image like this, you get a lot of offers, I guess, if you want to call them that. How do you decide which offers to take and who to partner with, and which ones, you know, you just don't have time for all of them?
That's true. You know, can't take everything, every little thing, but at the end of the day, I look at it like which is easiest for me, which doesn't take away focus from football, and that's something like I told Chase and them. I was like, you got to worry about me. I'm focused on that. I mean, I'm focused on the team. I'm focused on football. Because at the end of the day, if we don't win no football games, and none of the sponsorships or anything is going to come. So the main thing is just focusing on football and focus on winning games.
And in your third year here, how are you taking a leadership role specifically?
Yeah, I mean, I got to be more vocal now. It's that time. It's the year. We got the team to do it, and we've been taking the right steps. Like I said, me and Chase, like over this past couple of years, this past year, the whole team just grew closer. The captains became closer, just the whole team in general, and I started taking that initiative and that step towards being the guy, like, cause I'm the quarterback, so I'm being that guy of, you know, calm players out, holding them accountable, calm meetings, just talking to each other. That's what's gonna help us in the fall. And when the times get rough, we know we can count on each other.
How has that development been for you, like getting into that leadership role, and you're more soft-spoken? How has that development been?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still the same guy at the end of the day. I mean, when I have to say something, I'll say something. But my thing is I gotta lead by example. But at the end of the day, if people see me work hard, if they see me with great effort, just the energy is come out there, practice every day, workouts every day, then they're gonna follow too. So at the end of the day, it's not me being so much vocal, it's just the little things that might change people's point of view of me.
What were some major areas of focus for you guys in this offseason to improve from last season?
I mean, the main thing is just become closer. That's probably the biggest one, and developing a standard and setting that standard and holding people accountable to it. Because at the end of the day, if we don't have a standard, then we don't know what we're doing. So we set a standard. Us as captains, we hold people to the standard because we want to be great. And that's one thing. I know Chase want to be great. I want to be great. So at the end of the day, if you don't want to be great, then you can get off the train too.
Yeah, really, that's exactly what he said. Like, I feel it's the brotherhood. You know, you're only as strong as the weakest link. So if everybody's the strongest thing on the link, you know, it leads to a Pac-12 championship. But I feel like exactly what he said, man. We really focused on getting bigger and better. You know, especially with Joe Conley, his crazy self. He worked us to death, but it's also, we just know like it's for a reason. And I think, really, honestly, our team is so close that we don't look at a weak link. You know what I mean? We don't look at somebody as like a cancer to the team. Everybody's just, they play a vital role in our success, and I think that, you know, this year is gonna show out. It really is.
In one word, how would you characterize one another's leadership styles, and what are you able to take from one another in terms of leadership?
You said one word?
Yeah. How would you characterize that?
Man, that's a really good question. One word? Shoot.
You can give me a phrase.
I really like what I see with Jayden, man. He, like he said, man, he always gonna be himself. He's gonna lead by example. So like, I love the fact that when he says something, everybody's locked in. Like how you guys are looking at us, that's how we look at him. So when he says something, that means like we got to fix something. You know what I mean? And I'm the guy that's going to be yelling at you, getting ready to fight you if you're playing around too much. But he's more on the serious side. You know what I'm saying? And I love that about him because I know like he's going to hold me to a higher standard, and I'm going to do the same thing to him.
Chase, being the local guy, and you saw this program kind of growing up, how much is it a drive for you to get this team to the Rose Bowl this year as a senior?
And it's everything. It means everything to me. Like I told myself, I'll bet my life on myself. You know what I mean? I'm a dice shaker, so if people are gonna say like, oh, you could have got drafted, well, what about now? Well, shoot, I'm planning on getting to that first corner off the board. Like it's always just something, and leading to the Pac-12 leads to more draft picks. You know, people getting more notice. So if I could do that for them and they could do that for me, I feel like we helping each other. It's everything, man. I'm not even looking at nothing else but the Pac-12 championship and the Rose Bowl. But we got to take it week by week, day by day. And first it starts on August 3rd.
Do you guys like being picked third?
We love it. You can't be picked first. They don't like us. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to hold a chip on our shoulder, and we're going to do what we need to do to get the job done.
And Jayden, how would you characterize Chase as a leader?
Man, it's just real genuine. As a leader, like if he gets on you, he's gonna yell at you, scream at you, want to fight you. But at the end of the day, it's all love because he wants to see the betterment out of you. He wants to see everybody be great, and that's just that genuine dude that he is. And it just shows when he becomes a leader. He's just passionate of what he does. At the end of the day, if he gets on you, like, and he might yell at you, you might be feeling some type of way. At the end of the day, he just wants to see the betterment out of you.
For both of you, and you talked about your pizza, but I'm curious just how involved you are in trying to develop a brand and how excited you are to have that opportunity to kind of take ownership of your name in this new NIL era.
Honestly, I feel like I'm old school. Like I don't really like. I feel like all that's gonna come, you know. So I'm not really even focused on it at this point. I know I had got up with some brand like ideas, and ASU helped me with them. But that was before the NIL deal. So like now I'm just kind of just drifting. I really don't. I'm all for it. But it got like how he said, it got to be the right fit. I'm all about football. Like I feel like football is my girlfriend right now. You know what I mean? I see her, I love her, and I just always want to be next to her. So like, other than that, man, I don't really care about the money situation. The money's gonna come. I've been living off a stipend for 6 years now. So another 6 months can last. You know what I mean?
What do you guys love about my phone?
I was just going to ask, just how's the process been like for you to kind of take ownership of your name and likeness?
It's been fun. I mean, really, it's just, like I said, not really too much focus on it. But, you know, at the end of the day, we were young. Like, some kids, like, he's been in college for a minute. So, I mean, if we got the chance to make money off our name, I mean, it's just how you brand yourself, like how people see you, this and that. So, everywhere you go, you're a brand now.
I would just tell people that's listening, for like high school kids that are coming up and stuff, man, make sure you actually do something that you like. Don't just tarnish your brand just for some money, unless you really need it. Like if your family needs it, okay, that's understandable. But don't change the person you are just for some money. You know what I mean? That's gonna come at the end of the road. Don't focus on that.
What's been the messaging from the coaches regarding the NCAA investigation? What have they told you or communicated to you?
Honestly, man, shoot, I know we're during the investigation right now, and we can't really talk about that.
About it right now.
Have you been interviewed by the NCAA or read any of the articles either?
No, we're not focused on none of that. We just focused on August 3rd.
How is it playing for a famous coach?
What'd you say?
How is it playing for a famous coach?
Everything you guys see on the media is exactly who he is. You know what I mean? He's a lovely dude, man. He's probably the nicest, genuine dudes you ever meet in your life, and he's a player's coach. You know, he's not trying to kill you. He's just trying to get the best out of you. You know what I mean? And if he knows that he's getting the best, he's gonna make sure that he's gonna sustain what he's doing. And I love that about him.
How has going against N'Keal Harry and Brandon Ayuk like sharpened your skills as a DB?
Oh man, bro, that's why I think I'm still here, man. I'm still gunning. It's crazy because I didn't play DB till I got to college. So being with N'Keal and then having Ayuk and then 2 first rounders, it's like, okay, now I can go with anybody, and that's really how I feel. And at the corner position, it's all really about confidence. if you got that confidence, man, you could walk out on the field and feel like you can strap anybody, and that's what's gonna happen. And I actually got to credit that to Jayden, man. I have yet to pick him off. And that's crazy to say that, man, because he makes great decisions with the ball, no matter if the dude's open or not. If he feels like the corner's gonna get the ball, he's gonna run it, and he'll find his second, third option. He'll go through his reads, and I feel like a lot of Pac-12 quarterbacks don't do that. So it makes me better, and it makes my skills better.
A lot of your coaching staff, or a good amount of your coaching staff, is kind of young.
Yeah.
How has that benefited you guys?
It's crazy. My position coach is a year older than me.
No.
But I still look at him like he's 50 years old, man. Like everything that he says, everything that he does is real and it's genuine. So it comes from a good place. If it wasn't, I don't know if me and him would feel the same way, because I would look at him like, dude, you just my age. Like, what are you talking about? But Coach Hawk knows what he's doing. Coach Prince Gill knows what they're doing, and they got a great role models in Herm and AP to show for it.
For both of you guys, after a one home game season last year, how excited are you to get Tempe rocking again?
I'm excited. I'm excited to get back out there and get the fans out there. I mean, we only played one home game, so we was on the road, no fans. I mean,
In the cold.
Yeah, so I'm really excited. I'm ready for September 2nd.
Yeah, I'm ready for everybody to come see what that heat like. You know what I mean? I'm ready for it. I'm ready for that to happen.
You guys have a prediction for the Arizona game this year? Arizona fans, 70-7.
Man, yeah, we got 70 reasons.
I predict another win.
Yeah, I predict another dub, but I know they're going to be coached by a good team. I mean, they're going to be coached by a good head coach, so yeah, it's going to be different.
It's gonna be a good game.
And we got Scotty Graham over there, so you know he was from ASU, so I can't wait to see him on the field. Rub it in his face.
What does your coach help you out with looking at the future at all? This is how it is in the pros. Does that help you guys? Because a lot of people don't get that benefit to have somebody so skilled in the NFL and all that experience.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, like the whole team, we don't look too far in the future, but we know it's right there. But ever since I came here, Coach Herman, I'm always preached the pro model. So got Coach Herm, Coach Marv, Antonio Pierce. So those guys have actually been at the highest level and know what it takes. You always go back and get knowledge from them, just how to maneuver and how to go throughout college and what you do the right way to get to the league, what the league is looking for. And plus you got guys like Nikhil Harry, like Brandon Ayuk that's in the league right now that can help you out also. I mean, it's just great just coming from that type of university. You got all these connections that you have.
Jayden, one of the big things throughout your career has been just the strength and conditioning aspect for you and just getting bigger. And I'm curious, just throughout this offseason, if you've gotten bigger as far as like weight gain goes and how you've gone about doing that and just where you're at with that right now.
Yeah, I mean, I put on about like 12 pounds this off season, so I mean, I'm up to 197 right now. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's just about the development of what I could do on the field. I mean, I've been taking this off season very seriously. Everybody, the whole team has. We've been working very hard. Like Chase said, Coach Joe Conley been killing us. But at the end of the day, we know it's gonna help us get better. So at the end of the day, I give credit to him, give credit to his staff, Cobra Calhoun, and all of them that have been working out with us. So at the end of the day, it's gonna show out in the fall how hard we've been working.
Chase, you went through a similar process just as far as getting bigger goes when you got to campus, so you can just kind of get into the position where you play now. Can you kind of just relate to what he's going through as far as just getting to a certain size and being kind of brought in from somebody who was considered smaller out of high school to be at a size that's ready for college?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, I think that just comes with everybody. You got a couple of dudes that are just freaks of nature. You know what I mean? 6'5", 260 or whatever. But I really feel like that's gonna come with time. Jayden, even when he was, how much he was, if 160, 170, I don't even know how much he weighed. He was still getting the job done on the football field. So like, when people look at that weight and conditioning and all that stuff, man, I don't really believe in that. Like the smallest dude, like the smallest corner in the NFL, Tre'Davious White, he's out there 160 pounds, 5'8", locking everybody up. Got a $70 million contract. So like, I don't really pay attention to it too much. But at the end of the day, like you do need to buckle down and get your work in. Nothing. If you disrespect football, it's gonna disrespect you back. You know what I mean? So you got to go through the trials and tribulations like everybody else.
A question for both of you guys. Just with everything that's going on off the field around this team right now, it's a big headline. What are the expectations for this team, and kind of how do you preach just ignoring all the noise that's outside and being able to deliver on those expectations that you guys are setting out for yourself?
Yeah, I mean, we had a player meeting, and when everything got popped off, we had a player meeting just for everybody to get on the same page. So all the captains went up there, talked in front of everybody, but the main message is focus on the things we control. Keep the main thing, and that's the football season. That's working hard, that's just getting to the season so we can showcase what we've been through this past year and just let all the pain and the anger that everybody has built up and just let it out once September 2nd comes.
What for you, Chase?
I mean, I think I'm gonna just say like a quote that Marvin Lewis told me a couple years ago that I just will always stick with me. He's like, don't sacrifice what you want most for what you want in the moment. So like right now, all this stuff that's going on around us, that's just I want to say that's the devil talking. You know what I mean? Just keep that away and just keep us secluded like how we were last year, 2020, just like a quarantine. And I think everybody, like he said, we did have a player-led meeting, and we told him like, yeah, if you have any problems with this, the transfer portal's right there. If you don't, you can stay down in your seats, and we gonna keep going. Nobody stood up, nobody flinched, so we just gonna keep rolling.
After such a season, you mentioned it was painful, and you guys talked about how much you guys got closer. Can you think back to a moment when you guys really felt that, where you were coming together closer?
When we lost USC, that last couple of minutes, that I almost cussed, but that felt like an eternity, man. When we lost the onside kick, and then they drove down the field and scored, and after that game, you just saw everybody crying. You saw everybody crying and just in tears, and it was just like, man, like it was just a game. But at the end of the day, it felt so crazy to us. Then we got hit with COVID. Then we played UCLA 3 weeks later. Nobody been in the weight room or anything for a couple weeks. We go and lose by what, a couple points. That was the turning point. That was like, okay, all right, now it's time to put on the shoes and really play this big boy game. And then after the season, when we beat Oregon State, we all looked at each other and said, let's run it back. And that was it. Now the rest is history. And we're about to really show everybody why we came back and what we're about to do.
So there was never a doubt in your mind you were coming back?
Oh, there was. Oh yeah. No, there definitely was. I was. When you get to that point, you hear a lot of people talking to you about money and getting drafted and all this and that. And then my roommate Frank Darby, congratulations to him going to Atlanta. We kept talking day in and day out, and I just had to tell him like, look, man, like I feel like my time isn't done here yet. You know what I mean? I feel like I got some more things to do, and if I do get this Pac-12 and this Rose Bowl, oh man, they better engrave my name in that Sun Devil Stadium. I'll tell you that much.
Chase, you alluded to football being your girlfriend.
Yeah.
At what point did you fall in love with the game of football?
Last year. Man, like I said, if you disrespect football, it's going to disrespect you back. And I feel like I was disrespecting football all the way up until that point. I wasn't training the way I was supposed to train. I wasn't focused on the things I was supposed to focus on. And I feel like when you really find out who you are and what you're made of, man, that's a big difference. So when I'm just sitting there with my dog and there ain't nobody around for months, and you're just sitting like, what do I really want in life? And I figured it out. Now I think that now I'm on the right path. I think so.
A couple more questions.
What are you guys' majors? And what's the favorite class that you're taking?
Ooh, I just graduated with communications major, so I like communicating, y'all. Appreciate it. But a class that I like the most, I had a cinema class, so I had to watch a lot of movies and write papers. I didn't like to write papers. I like to watch the movies part, but that was it.
My major is business communication. I'm set to graduate in December, so that'll be 3 years. Graduate 3 years. What was the favorite class? Probably this past little internship that I did, a little internship class. I went up to one of my mom's friends. She works a lot with like communicating, like HR, like a lot of that stuff. So being able to go up there and model after her and see what she does, it was very fun to take that class.
What do you two listen to on game day to get motivated? The both of you.
Man, mine is Nipsey Hussle. I listen to Nipsey Hussle every day. You couldn't. take an earphone out my ear and hear anybody else. And I just like his message, and I love his spirit, and I feel like me and him could relate to a lot of stuff.
Man, for me, it's my favorite artist is Drake, but on game day, I mean, I'll throw some Drake on, but for me, it's like a Kendrick Lamar type of like Meek Mill, stuff like that. You know, I'm very Kendrick Lamar's Cali guy, so very heavy on that. Just the stuff that he says, you could relate to.
Definitely.
All right, that's it, guys. Thank you.
Man, appreciate you guys.
Thank you.